A 12-corner circuit right in the middle of Grant Park is the Chicago Street Course, but do you know its layout? From the start-finish line to turn 1, it is a hard 90-degree corner to the left onto East Balboa Drive towards the lake. This is one of the wider turns on the circuit, so this will be a pretty interesting passing zone, especially with the restarts. It's a great chance to get position right off the bat. It's going to be interesting. Turn 2 is another 90-degree corner, and this time you're going to go to the right towards Museum Campus. Because this corner is so tight, drivers are kind of going into this one blind. It's going to cause a lot of issues for drivers this weekend. One of my favorite parts of this track is Turn 3. It's a potential passing zone, and it is a beautiful sweeping corner before we get into the dreaded corners of 4 and 5, where they are back-to-back hard right-hand turns. Exiting turn 5, you're going to get to the longest straightaway of the circuit to turn number 6. This is where drivers are going to pick up the most speed during the racing this weekend. The right-hand entry into corner 7 is going to be really interesting. You're going downhill from a bridge into a braking zone. Going to be really entertaining to watch that one. Then you get to turns 8 through 10. It's a slight right to a sweeping left to another right until you get into the harsh corner of corner 11. I would imagine there would be no overtaking in turn 11. It is such a narrow part of the track, but if there is, I'm assuming that would go poorly for the drivers. Exiting turn 11, you go into the final corner, turn 12. That is yet another 90-degree right-hand turn. Once you exit that, you'll be right by the start-finish line again by the Buckingham Fountain. Something important to note, the entry to pit road is right around where you exit turn 12, and then the exit to pit road will take you near the entry to turn number 1. Overall, this makes over 10,000 feet of straightaways, and over half the corners are 90 degrees, which is pretty grueling. These cars are going to be going over varying surfaces from manhole covers or drain covers, whatever you call them, to bridges, even switching between asphalt and concrete surfaces during the course of this event. Going from these long and short straightaways to hitting the brakes hard to get into one of these harsh 90-degree turns could wreak havoc on these brakes. That's also going to be something to watch out for during these races. And finally, the last thing to look out for with this track is that there is literally zero room for error. There are really no runoff areas, and if there are, they're unforgiving and very narrow. As for the drivers, a vast majority of the drivers in Cup and Xfinity this weekend will be making their first start on a street course in all of their careers. We also have a lot of notable and unique entries in this field this weekend for both Cup and Xfinity, trying to make their way into this historic race at the Chicago Street Course. There are 3 things I want from this event. First, I want this to be a safe event for fans, teams, drivers, media, everyone involved. I want this to be a safe time. However, for the drivers, there is only so much they could do to prepare for this event. The sim can only get so close to the real thing that they're going to be witnessing on the track this weekend. So it's going to be crucial for these teams and these drivers to figure this course out quickly with only one practice session. The second thing I want out of this weekend is a good fan reception from the folks that are going to be at the track, because let's be real, this event is truly for those that are going to be there in person. Of course, I want to enjoy this event from my home. I want this to have a good product. I want this to be a good race. I want to be entertained, but more so than ever, knowing that over 70% of the people that bought tickets to this event are attending their first NASCAR race, I want them to be lifelong fans, so that is the goal to get out of this, is that these fans stick with the sport for years to come. Last but not least, the third thing and the most important thing to me, I want to see a victory lane celebration in that fountain. Parker Kligerman said if he won the Xfinity race, he would do a victory celebration in the fountain, so that's why I think I have to cheer for him this weekend. But we still have a lot of good drivers in the mix as well for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series. My gut is telling me maybe AJ Allmendinger is able to get it done in Cup, but maybe we see Kyle Larson get a win. Maybe Chase Elliott's able to break through and get his first win of the season. Maybe Joey Logano gets the win. We all know he has a history of winning at tracks that we go to that are brand new. All of this to say, I hope this breakdown and information prepared you for the street course this weekend. It is going to be an incredible event. I'm really anxious and excited and all the in-between feelings about it. So I will be watching every single minute of the action in Chicago this weekend, from practice and qualifying through the races, and even just, gosh, I'm excited to watch the recaps of this. This is going to be a historic moment for the sport. Not only will I be watching all the action this weekend, but I will also be tweeting about it, writing about it, making videos about it. So make sure to follow me on social media at _TaylorKitchen_ on TikTok and Twitter, and at Above the Yellow Line on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, as well as TobyChristie.com on all social media platforms. But let me know your thoughts on the Chicago Street Course in the comments below. And thank you all so much for your support. Have a good weekend. It's going to be a good one of racing. And until next time, I'll see ya. Bye.